score 5-4. Scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Hutchinson came back and took game 2, 12-3. Dylan Nedved on the mound for the Blue Dragons today. Ahead in the count, 1-2 to the Conquistador leadoff man, center fielder Drake Angeron. Angeron pokes this one on the ground to second. Ryan Moritz scoops it up and makes the play for the first out of the inning. Defensively for the Blue Dragons, you heard me say Moritz at second. That's a switch, and part of the reason for that today with Dylan Nedved on the mound. Logan Sartori moves over to short. Zion Bolin moves in from right to play third. Pitch to Trey Vasquez, the shortstop for the Conquistadors, called strike. And Zane Schmidt is at first. Strike 2 catches the outside quarter. So quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Vasquez comes in with a .267 average, takes that one outside. No home runs, 12 RBIs for the Conquistadors. Around the outfield, Riley Metzger in left, Jeremiah Caesar in center, and Will Reitz in right. Max McGuire behind the plate. Here's the 1-2. This is outside, evens it up at 2-2. Beautiful day here at the ballpark. Little breeze blowing out to left. We'll see how that might play into things today as he takes that one down low, and the count's now full. 66 degrees today. This doubleheader moved up to today as Vasquez swings and misses, and there are 2 away here in the top of the first. Scheduled for tomorrow here at Hobart-Detter Field, but the forecast does not look promising. Calling for rain, so they moved it up to today, and looking at the weather, it's a good thing they did. 3-hole hitter for the Conquistadors is the first baseman, Garrett McGowan. He takes the first pitch outside. McGowan, a 6'3", 237-pound sophomore from Blue Springs, Missouri. Comes in batting .369. 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. Second on the team with those 4 home runs. Count now 1-2 to McGowan. Fouls this one at the plate. Nedved normally plays shortstop. His 7th appearance on the mound, however, 3rd start. As McGowan lifts this one high in the air to left center. Pretty well hit. Metzger back, Caesar back, and they're going to watch it sail into the scoreboard for a first inning home run. So just like that, McGowan ties for the team lead with his 5th home run and now 20 RBIs. And that situation right there has been somewhat an Achilles for the Blue Dragons, not just this season, but you get ahead of a batter, whether it's 0-2, 1-2, and in this case it was 1-2 with 2 outs, and they get a pitch they like just too much and are able to do something with it. Designated hitter Cameron Fritz now digs in. Fritz, 6'7", 225, a sophomore from Leawood. Swing and a miss now, 0-2. And back to that situation where the Dragon pitchers get ahead of the count. Fritz batting .333. No home runs, 13 RBIs. 0-2 pitch outside. Nedved with a 1-1 record, 2.25 ERA. Thrown a total of 12 innings coming in. As Fritz lifts this one to right, Reitz reads it, comes in, makes the catch. So the Conquistadors get one on the solo home run by McGowan. And as we head to the bottom of the first, they lead the Blue Dragons 1-0. Bottom of the first inning here at Hobart-Detter Field. Dodge City with an early 1-0 lead. Blue Dragons coming to bat for the first time. Leadoff hitter Will Reitz, the right fielder in today's game. Will's a 6'4", 205-pound freshman from Omaha. Comes in today hitting .303, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Denny Steckline sitting in once again for Steve Carpenter. Happy to do so, and frankly happy that Carp's not here. Chops this one. Third baseman Santos goes high to get it. Fires it across to McGowan for the out. Nice play at third for the first out of the inning. As I said, really happy Carp's not here. And I mean that in the nicest way, because that means Carp is still in Lubbock, Texas with the women's basketball team, as they won last night 66-50 over Odessa, Texas, to advance to the Final Four of the Women's National Championship. They'll play again today at 4 o'clock. Sartori takes this one upstairs. Logan comes in, playing short today. .307 batting average, 4 home runs, 28 RBIs. Turns on this one and hits it hard, high, deep, and forget it. He says to McGowan, what you can do, I can do as well. He hit that one hard. Center fielder Angeron turned, took a few steps, but knew it wasn't going to be in play. So with a swing of the bat, we're tied up at 1. Pair of solo home runs here in the first. Brings up first baseman Zane Schmidt. Zane leads the team with a .374 average. Team leading 7 home runs, 24 RBIs. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Blue Dragon women play New Mexico Junior College at 4 o'clock today. And Zane lifts this one high and deep to left. And gone! Back-to-back home runs now for Logan Sartori and Zane Schmidt. And it's 2-1 Blue Dragons with 1 away now in the bottom of the first. McGowan got a lot more air under his than what Sartori and Schmidt have. They've hit him on a rope. No pressure, Riley Metzger, as you step in the 4-hole, but back-to-back-to-back sounds a lot better than back-to-back. Riley, the left fielder, just a few points behind Schmidt at .369, 4 home runs. Team leading 32 RBIs. Big swing by Riley. He was thinking about it. Here's the 0-1. Grounded sharply to second. Rast scoops it up to McGowan. And there's 2 away. That'll bring up the pitcher now, Dylan Nedved. Dylan pulling double duty today. Pitching and designated hitter. .327 batting average, 2 home runs, 26 RBIs. First pitch called strike. Women play New Mexico Junior College. Yesterday, New Mexico defeated the number 1 seed, Wabash Valley. Called strike 2. To advance to the Final Four. New Mexico was the preseason number 1. 0-2 pitch, high and inside. We'll try to follow that as best we can here and keep you updated throughout the broadcast. Way outside. 2-2. Also taking place, the men's Final Four right here in Hutchinson at the Sports Arena. Coffeyville still in it, representing the Jayhawk Conference. As Nedved lines this one down the right field line, that's going to be trouble, but he gets to it. Marcus snags it for the 3rd out. So through 1, 2-1 Blue Dragons. Top of the 2nd inning. Blue Dragons and Conquistadors. Dylan Nedved back on the mound facing right fielder Spencer Marcus. Marcus with a nice running catch to end the bottom of the 1st off the bat of Dylan Nedved. Swing and a miss by Marcus. Now 0-2 the count. Marcus hitting .359. Leads Dodge with 5 home runs and also a team leading 22 driven in. As he swings and misses, goes down swinging on strikes for the 1st out of the 2nd. That'll bring up the 3rd baseman, Ryan Santos. Santos hitting .377. Hasn't gone deep yet this year, 13 driven in. Lefty takes a called strike. 2-1 Hutchinson. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Dodge City got a solo home run on the top of the 1st from Garrett McGowan. Santos chops this one slowly. Bolin cuts it off and makes the throw across to record the out. Nice play by Zion. And there's 2 away. Top of the 2nd. Hutchinson answered the McGowan home run with a pair of solo shots in the bottom of the 1st. Logan Sartori and Zane Schmidt went back-to-back to give Hutchinson the 2-1 lead they now enjoy. Brings up 2nd baseman Blake Rast for Dodge. Tries to check his swing. Called strike. Rast hitting .282. No home runs. 5 RBIs. Here's the 0-1 from Nedved. Called strike 2. Nedved working quickly. Obviously in a groove. Here's the 0-2. Didn't miss by much. 1-2 now the count. After 8 straight strikes to start the inning, that was the first ball of the inning. The 1-2, swing and a miss. So a quick 10-pitch inning for Dylan Nedved. And after 1.5, Blue Dragons 2, Conquistadors 1. Zion Bolin leads off bottom of the second for Hutch. Grounds one sharply in the hole that gets past the shortstop. So Zion's on. Leadoff single for Zion. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 base hit. Brings up second baseman Ryan Moritz. First pitch upstairs. Zion 2 for 2 in the stolen base department so far this season. Certainly a threat. Has good speed. Check swing by Moritz. Count now 2-0. Bolin with the lead. Delivery by Walsh. Upstairs. 3-0. Here's the 3-0. Moritz taken all the way. 3-1 the count. Men's Final Four in junior college basketball starts at 5 o'clock this evening as Ranger College out of Texas takes on the Coffeyville Red Ravens. Here's the 3-1. Grounded. Perfectly placed by Moritz. Between first and second, and the Dragons have 2 on now with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. The 7 o'clock game tonight features South Plains out of Texas against Vincennes from Indiana. So in terms of junior college basketball, a couple of them that you would consider blue bloods. Now with runners at first and second, nobody out, Max McGuire to the plate. Blue Dragon catcher, sophomore transfer from Missouri State. Let's see if he's thinking sacrifice here. Dodge even at the bag at third, swinging away with a big rip. Third baseman's now going to back up, first baseman as well. So now do you go back and try to get the bunt down? Called strike two. Probably don't need to worry about it anymore. You would assume the sacrifice is no longer part of the equation, but you never know. 0-2. Just off the corner. Looked like that pitch Nedved had in the top of the inning that was also called a ball. Certainly a pitch that probably could have gone either way, but for McGuire's sake, he's glad it was considered outside. Bolin off second. Moritz off first. Inside, gets away from the catcher, but not far enough. Like McGuire might have tried to do a little bit of twisting and turning there to get in the way of that one. Slight breeze blowing out. 2-2 fouled at the plate. That breeze was not a factor on any of the 3 home runs that have been hit so far. They were leaving the ballpark no matter what. 2-2 the count. Bolin at second, Moritz at first. Nobody out, bottom of the second. 2-1 Hutch lead. Fouled back over the press box. McGuire comes in with a .250 average. 3 home runs, 13 driven in. Conk's playing him slightly to pole in center. 2-2. About the same spot as ball one. Again called outside. Now we have a full count. So you put the runners in motion here. You see how it plays out. What's head coach Ryan Schmidt thinking? Here's the 3-2. Upstairs. And the bases are loaded. Credit to McGuire there. He was quickly down in that count 0-2, and he battled, fouled a couple pitches off, and loads the bases now. For freshman and center fielder, Jeremiah Caesar. Caesar with a .269 average. No homers, 5 driven in, good speed. So you've got to like his chances. Even if he gets one on the ground in the infield, he's going to be really tough to double up. Takes this one outside. Walsh has had to work so far. Caesar up in the box. Up close to the plate and close to the front of it. Wants to get a good look at this pitch. Outside 2-0. Walsh making his 5th appearance. Caesar swings, fouls it away. Count now 2-1. Walsh with a 2.14 ERA, 2-0 record. 5th start. 21 innings, team's hitting just .203 against him. Dragons have hit it well thus far with 4 base hits. Swing and a miss, foul tip. Squeezed by the catcher, evens it up at 2-2. You want your hitter here just to get it in play. Bases loaded, nobody out. From an offensive standpoint, you don't want to strike out. At least get something out there that's going to get at least 1 run home. Walsh comes set. The 2-2. Foul down the left field line. That's going to get out of play. Caesar stays alive. Freshman from Lake Charles, Louisiana. There's a handful of Cajuns on the Blue Dragon roster. Brandon Rushing, also from Lake Charles. 2-2. Chop foul again. Nice job by Caesar to stay alive. Matt Delcom from Lafayette, as is Miguel Reyes. Chris Noble from Shreveport. I think it's baby cake season for those guys. 2-2 count, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Lined into right center. That's going to get down. Bolin scores. Moritz is going to get held at third. They all had to hold up a little bit to make sure that thing saw some turf before it got landed in a glove. So an RBI single for Jeremiah Caesar. Gives the Dragons now a 3-1 lead. And more importantly, gets them to the top of the order with the bases still loaded and nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Brings up Will Reitz. Reitz hit a high chopper to third. Santos made a good leaping snag of and threw him out in the first. Chops this one foul. Right past third base coach Jamel Cervantes, who puts his typical minimal effort into trying to snag it. Little break in the action while they run down it. Ended up in fair territory down the left field line. Walsh now comes set, 0-1. Delivers to Reitz. Off-speed pitch called strike 2. Nice pitch by Walsh. Reitz now down on the count, 0-2. Same scenario as Caesar. You just want something in play here. Fouls this one straight back at the press box. Jayhawk West is a real bottleneck near the top. 3 teams currently tied for first at 7-3. Here's the 0-2. High in the air by Reitz. Straightaway center. Center fielder has a beat on it. Andron squeezes it. Here comes Moritz. And he scores the 4th Blue Dragon run on the sacrifice fly by Reitz. So he gets the job done. McGuire held at second. Caesar still at first. So now, 1 out. Brings up shortstop Logan Sartori. Logan blistered one in the first inning, driving it out next to the scoreboard in left center for the first Blue Dragon run. Now lines this one past the shortstop. That's into left for a base hit. Here comes McGuire around third. Caesar headed to third. The throw goes to third. He's safe. Sartori to second. The ball gets away. Here comes Caesar. He's going to score. Sartori now up, headed for third. The ball gets away there, and it's over to the fence. Logan's going to come home with a Little League home run, also known as a single, second on the throw, and a couple of errors. And just like that, the bases have been cleared, and it's 7-1 Blue Dragons. Going to take a quick second here. I've got to get this all written down. So wheels came off of that one in a hurry for the Dodge City defense. 7-1 Blue Dragons. 1 away, bottom of the second. Brings up first baseman Zane Schmidt. 2-0 the count. Schmidt lined a home run over the fence and left his first time up. Called strike now, 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Line just foul. Down the right field line. Field umpire Eddie Mora using his agility to avoid it. 2-2 now. One away. And Schmidt goes down swinging, so 2 outs. Now in the bottom of the second, Riley Metzger be the 8th Blue Dragon to hit this inning. 2 outs, 5 have come around to score. Riley, a sophomore from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Takes that one up and away. Riley grounded out the second and the first. Swing and a miss. Counts now 1-1. Oh, I was going to give him a called strike, but called a ball, 2-1. Walsh set. Swing and a miss now, 2-2. No activity in the Dodge City bullpen. It's hard to blame Walsh for some of what happened this inning. 2 errors that really hurt. Called strike 3. So in the bottom of the second, the Blue Dragons send 8 to the plate. 5 of them come around to touch it. And after 2, 7-1, Hutchinson. Dodge City comes to the plate now in the top of the 3rd inning. Left fielder Ryan Armstrong takes the first pitch he sees from Dylan Nedved and serves it into left field for a base hit. So the second base hit of the day for the Conquistadors, the first one being the solo home run on the top of the first by Garrett McGowan. Bring up the catcher Logan Moraney. Moraney, a sophomore from Sugar Land, Texas. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Armstrong yet to attempt a steal on the season. The 1-0, and this one's lined into right center field. That's going to get to the fence. So Dodge comes out swinging, trying to get some of those runs back. And that's going to be a double for Moraney. And Armstrong's going to come all the way around to score and cut the lead now to 7-2 Hutchinson. So 3 pitches into the Top of the third, there's a couple of hits and a run scored for Dodge. Gets them back to the top of the order with Drake Angeron. Angeron grounded out to second to lead off the game. Turns, lines this one to Schmidt at first. He gets the throw to Sartori. But the throw was a little bit high, and Logan couldn't get his foot down to double off Maraney. A little bit lower on that one, and it's a double play. So now one down for shortstop Trey Vasquez. Vasquez struck out swinging in the top of the first. Comes up now with Logan Maraney at second. One away. Pitch just misses. Beautiful afternoon. Good crowd. Folks still strolling in. If you're sitting at work, listening, you have our permission. We'll sign the slip for you. Go ahead and start your weekend early. 1-1 from Nedved. Fouled at the plate. Unless you're my wife, you need to stay at work till at least 5. Nedved ahead in the count, 1-2. Chopped foul towards the Blue Dragon dugout. About 6 of them tried to field it, none of them successfully, so obviously being coached by Coach Cervantes in that. The 1-2 again. Grounded sharply to short. Sartori scoops it. Over to Schmidt for the out. Maraney has to stay at home at second. So now 2 away for the 3-hole hitter, Garrett McGowan. After 2 quick outs in the top of the first and a quick 1-2 count on McGowan, he launched a ball to the scoreboard in left center for the first run of the game. Takes his pitch outside. Showed a lot of power going the opposite way with that one. Two 2-0, a couple pitches away from the plate. Swing and a miss. Now 2-1 the count. Talked about the bottleneck at the top of the Jayhawk West. Barton, Butler, and Cloud all at 7-3. Barton on a 4-game winning streak. Hutch, 1 game back at 6-4. McGowan takes that one off. 3-1 now the count. Then Seward at 5-5. Garden at 3-5. Dodge, Colby 2-4, and Pratt at 1-9. Fouled. Tip. And a full count now to McGowan. Rainey leads off second. Full swing and a miss. So after a quick run to start the inning, Nedved comes back and retires the next 3. So Dodge gets 1 as we head to the bottom of the third. Blue Dragons 7, Conquistadors 2. Blue Dragon pitcher Dylan Nedved to lead it off in the bottom of the third. Nedved hit a line drive to right that Marcus was able to run down to end the Blue Dragon first. Takes the first pitch outside. Dylan lifts this one high in the air to center. Andrew on back, just short of the warning track, squeezes it for the first out. So one away for third baseman Zion Bolin. Zion led off the second for the Blue Dragons with a single. Came around to score the first of 5 Blue Dragon runs that came across in the bottom of the second. Off-speed pitch catches the outside corner. Count 0-1. Called strike 2. It's real early in the game, but could it happen again? The number 1 seed Virginia Cavaliers trailing Gardner-Webb by 12. Outside ball 1. We're multitasking up here, folks. We've got getting ready for we've got the live stream ready for the women's game that starts at 4. We've got following March Madness as Bolin fouls this one at the plate. K-State with a 2-point lead in the second half over UC Irvine. Here's the 1-2 from Walsh. Upstairs, 2-2. Texas Tech and Oklahoma have both won. Here's the 2-2. Kind of protecting himself, Zion fouls it back. I think he liked the way that one looked early, and then it moved in on him. So 2-2, 1 away. Upstairs, now the count's full. Nice job by Zion to protect the plate and foul that one away. Good approach with 2 strikes. Count remains full. And the full count pitch. Line sharply passed short. Nice job by Vasquez to scoop it and gets it across just to get the speedy Bolin. So 2 away. Bottom of the second. Second baseman Ryan Moritz. Sophomore from Omaha. Followed the Bolin single with one of his own in the bottom of the second. That one on the inside corner for a strike. The 0-1 way outside. Big swing. 1-2 the count. Walsh has settled in nicely this inning after that rocky second, where the Dragons scored 5, much of it coming on a couple of errors. Here's the 1-2 downstairs, 2-2. This one just inside. So 2 batters in a row now take it to a full count with Walsh. And the delivery fouled away. 3-2 pitch to Moritz. Strikes him out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Walsh in the bottom of the third. As we head to the fourth, it's 7-2 Blue Dragons. Designated hitter Cameron Fritz to lead off the top of the fourth inning for Dodge City. Here at Hobart-Detter Field, Hutchinson, Kansas. First pitch strike from Nedved. 7-2 Blue Dragons. 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Hutch. And quickly ahead in the count now, 0-2. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Conquistadors. Here's the 0-2 from Nedved. Lined up the middle, just out of the reach of Sartori. So an 0-2 base hit for Cameron Fritz. Brings up the right fielder, Spencer Marcus. Marcus struck out swinging to lead off the second. Fritz yet to attempt a steal. This one's down low and away. .67, 225 is not your typical stolen base threat, at least not perceived to be, as Marcus chops that one foul past third. Fouled off his foot. We'll keep it right here. 1-2 the count now. Coming up on 1 hour away from Blue Dragon women's basketball. Swing and a miss for the first out of the inning. If you're watching us online, you can pop open another window and go to NJCAA TV, pay-per-view for the women's game, or tune in to My 93 FM and we'll listen to the call from Steve Carpenter. Santos takes the first pitch low and inside. If you go to Twitter at Blue Dragon Sport, you can find the link for Carp's call of that game as well. Swing and a miss by Santos. Think third baseman, you think Ron Santos. Didn't finish the name as the count's now 1-1. Santos grounded out to third in the first, takes this one on the inside corner for a called strike. Reaches, fouls this at the plate. Count remains 1-2. Called strike 3. Nice pitch from Nedved now. Now 2 outs. Six strikeouts on the day for Nedved. Second baseman Blake Rast, one of those earlier strikeout victims. Chops this one. Slow roller towards third. Bolin comes in, short hops it, fires to Schmidt. Great play by Zion, and that'll end the inning. So the Conquistadors get a hit, but leave him stranded at first. We head to the bottom of the fourth, 7-2 Blue Dragons. Welcome back to Hobart-Detter Field. This one's scheduled for 7, so barring extra innings, we are halfway home as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Swing and a miss by Max McGuire. Blue Dragon catcher to lead things off. Singled and scored in the second. Misses outside, evens it up 1-1. Walsh back out for his fourth inning. 2 in the first, 5 in the second for the Blue Dragons. Chops this one towards third. It's going to be a tough play. We're going to give Max a hit on that because that one took a big hop and then it hit something in the dirt and stayed low and got underneath Santos. Carp, you may change that one after you look at it. That's why you're the expert. But I'm feeling generous. I'm going to make you be the bad guy and take the hit away from him. Jeremiah Caesar. Jeremiah lined a base hit into right center. Pitch upstairs. Got to be thinking bunt here with Caesar. I think that's what Dodge is thinking. Everybody's in tight. Squares again, misses again. 2-0 now the count. McGuire does have a stolen base on the season, 1 for 1. 6'2", 225 catcher from Lincoln. Has a safe lead. Here's the 2-0. Popped up in the air, but it's going to be back far enough that Marini can't get to it. But the count now goes to 2-1. Caesar getting some encouragement from the dugout. Want him to get this one down, move the runner up to scoring position. Third baseman in on the grass. And the 2-1. Fouled at the plate. 2-2 now the count. So you've got to be thinking that likely takes the bunt out of action. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bottom of the fourth, 7-2 Hutch. Max McGuire And a swing and a miss from Caesar. So one away. With a runner at first, gets us back to the top of the order, and right fielder Will Reitz. Officially 0 for 1, grounded out to third in the first. Sacrifice fly in the second. McGuire again, short lead. Called strike. So Walsh gets ahead of Reitz. Walsh came into today with 18 strikeouts in 21 innings. There's a base hit into left field by Reitz, and it gets underneath the glove of the left fielder. It's going to send McGuire to third and Reitz into second. So a single and an error. So runners now at second and third for Hutch. After the Reitz single and the fielding error in left allows him to move up 90 feet. Brings up Logan Sartori. Logan 2 for 2. Chops this one foul at third. Jamel Cervantes with one of the worst kick save efforts I've ever seen. Kicked it over the fence. 0-1 now, swing and a miss, 0-2 to Logan. Logan, solo home run in the first. Singled in the second. Was taking second on the throw coming in from the outfield. They threw to second to try to get him. Went past. He made it to third. They threw to third to try to get him. Went past the third baseman. Logan got up and scored a little league home run. 1-2 the count, one away. Reitz at second, McGuire at third. 7-2 Hutch. And he lines this one to right. McGuire's going to try to score. And he's there safely. So a sacrifice fly for Sartori. He hit it hard, but right at Marcus. But McGuire's able to come home and score, and Reitz moves up to third. So 2 down now for first baseman Zane Schmidt. Zane, solo home run, bottom of the first. Followed up the Sartori one with one of his own and struck out swinging in the second. Leads the team now with 8 home runs. Takes this one inside. Reitz off third, 2 away. Off-speed pitch didn't miss by much, but 2-0 now. The count to Schmidt. Both bullpens quiet. Fooled him, 2-1 the count. More and more people making their way into the ballpark. Most of them not under the covered bleachers. Here's the 2-1. Another swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch again. Counts evened up 2-2. A little bit hazy, but good sunshine working its way through. Two misses outside. Counts now full. Walsh gets his sign. Comes set. And the 3-2. It's nubbed off the end of the bat. Third baseman Santos is going to come over and just get Schmidt. So a nice play by Santos to save another run. But the Dragons get one back and again extend their lead to 6. And after 4, it's 8-2 Hutchinson. Top of the 5th inning, Hobart-Detter Field. Dodge City left fielder Ryan Armstrong, first pitch swinging. Swing and a miss. Behind in the count 0-1 to Dylan Nedved. Once more. Now it's 0-2. Nedved committed to the University of Iowa. Here's the 0-2, fouled away. Sophomore from Shawnee, Kansas, going to be a Hawkeye. And the 0-2 to Armstrong. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down on strikes is Armstrong. He singled and scored in his previous at-bat. Brings up the catcher Logan Moraney. Moraney doubled to drive in Armstrong in the 3rd. For Dodge's 2nd run. Moraney with a homer and now 4 RBIs on the season. Takes a called strike. Last inning, Dylan threw just 10 pitches, 9 of them strikes. That's his first ball of this inning after 4 straight strikes to start it off. So he's around the zone. This counts even 1-1. Moraney gets set, steps in. Just misses inside. Inside again, 3-1. Number 1 seed Virginia trails Gardner-Webb by 6 at the half. Can't fathom after all these years of a number 1 seed not losing that it could happen 2 years in a row and that they would both be Virginia. 3-1, called strike 2. Moraney didn't agree. He started his way to first. As the catcher, you know he'll, wherever that pitch was, he'll expect the same for his pitcher. Full count, 1 away. Top 5. Chops this one foul down the line, but then it's going to stay foul. Bolin was over checking on it. K-State trails by 5 with a little over a minute to go. Tough draw for the Wildcats. Foul. Past third base coach Phil Stevenson. Count remains full. Three-two from Nedved. This is chopped on the ground, deep in the hole. Sartori backhands it, fires it across. But Morani's going to beat it out. So an infield single. Morani now 2 for 2. Wasn't much Sartori could do with that. Schmidt came off the bag. Tracked down the throw. And Dodge City has a base runner now with 1 down, top 5. In the top of the order, Drake Angeron, center fielder, coming up. First pitch strike. Angeron grounded out the second and the first. Hit a liner right at first baseman Zane Schmidt in the third. Hit it hard, but from his perspective at the wrong place. That was a sharp grounder back up the middle that Ryan Moritz had a hard time getting his glove on, but he knocked it down and it rolled right to the bag at second where Logan Sartori, the shortstop, was there waiting for it. Sartori's throw to first was too late for the double play, but it does get the force out. That will go 4-6. Angeron reaches on the fielder's choice. Vasquez now steps in, 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out to short. Down in the count, 0-1. Nedved checks the runner. Misses away. Angeron, 10 stolen bases. Second on the team. Caught just once. Coming into today, as a team, Dodge City's 29 out of 32, so highly effective in the stolen base department. Drake, 10 of 11. The 1-1. Fooled Vasquez. Didn't have a good swing at it. One and two, 2 outs. There goes the runner. This is inside, and it gets past McGuire. He doesn't know where it's at. Angeron's going to look at third, but stay at second. So a stolen base, his 11th of the season. Ties Santos for the team lead now. And a 2-2 count to Trey Vasquez. Just misses inside, and we've got a full count. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Nedved works out of it. So a pair of strikeouts this inning. Nothing across for Dodge. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 8-2 Blue Dragons. Left fielder Riley Metzger leads things off for the Blue Dragons. Bottom of the 5th inning. Game scheduled for 7. Riley takes the first pitch on the outside corner. Swing and a miss at the second. So quickly behind 0-2. This one inside. Didn't miss him by much. Could have reached the Blue Dragon way. 8 runs, 9 hits for the Blue Dragons. Fouls this one off. 2 runs, 5 hits. 3 errors for the Conquistadors. Dodge got out to an early 1-0 lead on a solo home run by Garrett McGowan in the top of the 1st. The Dragons answered with 2 solo home runs in the bottom of the 1st and have not trailed since. Inside, 2-2. Good pitch by Walsh. From our vantage point upstairs, it did appear to be off the plate. Close enough to tempt the hitter, though. Metzger chops this one on the ground to third. Santos fields it, throws it in the dirt. Metzger beats it out. Riley showing some wheels. Nice effort by Riley. Dealt with some hamstring issues last year. Nice job hustling down the line. Brings up the pitcher, Dylan Nedved. Nedved lined out to right, flew out to center, squares to bunt, fouls it back to the screen. Pitch upstairs. Metzger leads off first. The 1-1. Metzger takes off. This one's lined again to right. Metzger doesn't know it. And he's going to get doubled off at first. Riley had his head down and was turning for third on the hit and run. And for the second time, Nedved hit a laser to right, but right at the right fielder. And he was able to double off Metzger off first. So 2 down now for Hutchinson. Zion bowling 1 for 2, single, grounded out to short. Takes this one inside. Pitch down low. 2-0 now to Zion. Freshman Noah Webb from Alvin, Texas, starting to get loose in the Dodge City bullpen. Zion fouls it back. 2-1 now the count. Three and one. And Zion works a 2-out walk for the Blue Dragons. Second baseman Ryan Moritz. It's going to prompt a visit to the mound by Dodge City coach Phil Stevenson. Going to take a quick break here while they have their chat on the mound. Dodge City with a call to the bullpen for Noah Webb facing Ryan Moritz, who takes a first pitch strike. Second pitch in the dirt sends Bolin down to second. And another pitch in the dirt, so a second wild pitch will send Bolin to third. So with two down here in the bottom of the fifth, a chance for Ryan Moritz to add to this Blue Dragon lead. Webb making his fifth appearance, all in relief, 0-1 record. The 2-1, inside, 3-1. And that pitch misses outside, so Moritz gets a walk from Webb. Puts runners at the corners with two away, bottom of the fifth. Max McGuire, the catcher, walked and scored in the second, singled and scored in the fourth. About 40 minutes from tip-off 40 minutes away from tip-off down in Lubbock, Texas for Blue Dragon women's basketball. Final four action. Off the plate outside. Another pitch in the dirt. Nice job by Moraney to keep it at his feet. Keeps Moritz at first. Ryan 1 for 2 stolen bases coming into today's game. Safe lead off first. The 2-0. Catches the outside corner. Two and one the count. Called strike two. Now it's even. Fastball from Webb caught the outside corner. Bolin at third, Moritz at first. Two down. Dragons leading at 8-2. And they're going to try the double steal. And Moritz is going to make his way into second. They were trying to catch Webb off guard and get a balk out of him, if anything. But he stepped off, looked at Moritz at second. Bolin stayed pat at third. So now runners at second and third for McGuire. Base hit could bring home a pair. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Way inside. Full count now to Max McGuire. Now we're here's the 3-2. Got him swinging. So the Dragons strand a pair. And through 5, it's Hutchinson 8, Dodge City 2. Back at Hobart-Detter Field, top of the 6th inning. Hutchinson Blue Dragons, Dodge City Conquistadors. First baseman Garrett McGowan to lead things off. One and one the count to McGowan. Strike two called. Dylan Nedved back out. 6th inning of work today. Just misses inside. Counts even, 2-2. McGowan with a solo home run on the top of the 1st. Struck out in the 3rd and struck out now here in the 5th. Fooled by Nedved on that one. Didn't have a good swing. And there's one away for designated hitter Cameron Fritz. Fritz flew out to right in the 1st, led off the 4th with a single, but was left stranded there. Takes one inside. Beautiful day here at Cary Park. Golfers out on the course to our right. Motorcyclists taking a cruise through the park. Fritz hits that one off the end of the bat that Logan Sartori fields in shallow center field, but no chance to get the runner. So a 1-out single for Fritz. Now 2 for 3 on the day. Brings up right fielder Spencer Marcus. Marcus 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Fouls this one away at the plate. Pitch misses, 1-1. Teams will play again right after this one. Swing and a miss. Played yesterday in Dodge City. Dodge City took game 1, 5-4. Hutchinson took game 2, 12-3. Chop foul at the plate. Marcus caught a piece of his foot with it. He'll walk it off. Umpire takes a little extra time to get the ball back to Nedved. Count now 1-2. Fouls this one towards the dugout. Fritz with a pretty short lead at first. The 1-2. Hit sharply on the ground off the end of Boland's glove, and it's going to make its way into left field for a base hit. So Dodge City now with a pair of runners on. For third baseman Ryan Santos. Grounded out to third, struck out looking. 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. Nedved loved to induce a inning-ending double play right here. 0-2. Plan B, he would certainly take a strikeout. Ryan Summers starting to get loose in the Hutch bullpen. Fouled back. Count remains 0-2. Santos going to drop this one into right field. Caesar's going to field it. But Fritz is going to come around to score, and Marcus is going to make it to third. So down in the count, 0-2, one of those dreaded situations where the pitcher's ahead of the batter. And now it makes the score 8-3. That's going to prompt a visit from Blue Dragon head coach Ryan Schmidt. Schmidt handles most, if not all, the mound visits. He's a pitcher back in the day. University of Kansas. Those of us who bleed purple don't hold that against him, though. Mound visit breaks up. Double play still in order. Dodge has pushed one across here in the top of the sixth. Second baseman Blake Rast at the plate. Strikeout and a ground out. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. This one's in the dirt. Nice job by McGuire to keep it in front and keep the runners in check. Santos tied with Angeron for the team lead in stolen bases with 11, caught just once. So you've got to think that's in. This one's grounded off the glove of Nedved. Sartori fields it, touches second, gets it to first for the 1-6-3 double play to end the inning. So nice job by Nedved to work out of that one. Dodge gets one. To the bottom of the sixth we go, 8-3 Blue Dragons. Jeremiah Caesar leading things off for Hutch. Here in the bottom of the sixth, lifts the first pitch to deep third base where Santos squeezes it for a quick out. So Jeremiah now 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Back to the top of the order for Hutch with right fielder Will Reitz. 1 for 3, 1 for 2. Singled last at bat, sac fly in the second, ground out in the first. Swing and a miss at the first pitch. I'm not even sure how to describe what just happened. So Will, the pitch was behind Will, and it hit the bat and bounced into fair territory, and the catcher threw him out. So in the book, it looks like a routine 2-3 ground out. But the last thing Will expected was for it to hit his bat, and the next thing he expected was for it to bounce into fair territory. Not sure I've seen that one before. Logan Sartori, so now 2 away, quickly. Sartori 2 for 2. Home run, single, and a sac fly grounded sharply to short. Vasquez scoops it up and across. And for the first time today, Hutch goes down in order. 3 up, 3 down. Dodge with one more chance to send this one to the bottom of the 7th. They lead it. Excuse me, Hutch leads it 8-3. Dodge City coming to bat here in the top of the 7th, trailing the Blue Dragons 8-3. Going to face a new Blue Dragon pitcher, 6'5" sophomore Ryan Summers. Starts off Conquistador left fielder Ryan Armstrong with a called strike. And then takes the next pitch right back up the middle for a base hit. Summers line on the year, 3-1 record, 2.89 ERA. This is his 7th appearance, the 4th in relief. Nedved moves from the pitcher's mound to short. Sartori from short to second. So I've got this calculated right. Summers goes into the Ryan Moritz spot in the lineup because Nedved was both the pitcher and the DH. First pitch to Logan Moraney is high. Called strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. 8-3 Blue Dragons. 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors. 3 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for the Conquistadors. That one just misses upstairs. Called strike 2. Counts even now, 2-2. Armstrong at first. Marini at the plate. Top of the order to follow. And the 2-2 from Summers. Cued off the end of the bat. Summers is going to pick it up, flip it to Schmidt to retire Marini on the 1-3 put out. Moves Armstrong up to second. That'll bring up center fielder Drake Angeron. Angeron grounded out to second, lined out to first, reached on a fielder's choice. Action in the Blue Dragon bullpen. Called strike. First pitch to Angeron. Zach Furniture starting to throw in the Hutch bullpen. So Angeron lifts this one high in the air, shallow right, reads on the run, calls it, makes the catch. Now 2 down. So Dodge City down to its last out. Furniture probably getting loose on the chance that Dodge were to come back and tie this or take the lead. The Dragons come up to hit, and they get to Moritz's spot, or what was Moritz's spot is now Summers' spot. I would guess we would not see Ryan Summers come to the plate with a bat in his hand. They'd send up a pinch hitter, and then Firm would come in. First pitch to Vasquez is outside. Vasquez 0 for 3, grounded to short, in between a couple of strikeouts. Called strike evens it up at 1-1. Coach Stevenson expressing some displeasure at the strike zone. Summers checks the runner. Low and away in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Hutch trying to close this out, take a 2-1 series lead. Game 4 of the series will come up about 25 minutes after this one. Now 2-2. Ryan Summers trying to finish this one off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one's grounded right back to him. He flips it over to Schmidt. And that's going to take care of game 1. So the first game of today's doubleheader, game 3 of this 4-game series. Dodge City with 3 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors. The Blue Dragons, 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Dylan Nedved gets the win for Hutchinson. We're currently at about 3:45. We'll be back with you at about 4:10 for first pitch of game number 2 today, game number 4 to finish out this series. Denny Steckline signing off. We'll be back with you in about 25 minutes.